Good morning, welcome back, thanks for joining us. And remember, if you're liking these videos, remember to give it a thumbs up, and more importantly, remember to subscribe. And remember, it's free to do, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And if you want to see extra footage, remember to check out our Patreon site as well. All the links down below. We're still here at Appley Bridge, and we're still trapped by Lock 89 on the Leeds-Liverpool Canal, which broke probably about 3 weeks ago now. And I think I mentioned last week, things are starting to get in a little bit worrying now. And that's mainly because, well, everything with Russia invading the Ukraine and things like that, it's all led to the fact that oil prices have gone up, which in turn means that fuel prices, petrol, diesel and everything else is going up, and it's going up at an alarming rate. It really is. I think when we last used Ambush, we was paying about 96p a litre. It's currently £1.50 a litre. Even in the wholesalers, you know, it's really expensive. I know other people in the country, they're paying £1.60 odd. On the roads, in the garages, some people are even paying £2 a litre, which is just a ridiculous price. And for us, it's worrying because it's a beautiful day today, but it's cold, and it was cold overnight, and we run a diesel stove, so we've got to burn diesel. And with diesel at that kind of price, wow, that is the downside of having a diesel stove at the moment. Coal isn't really going up much, I don't think, and you know, it's not, people aren't panic buying coal. Yeah, so it's wrap up warm, turn the stove off and get cold. So why, do you ask, do we turn the fire off and get cold? Well, because of the lock, we're trapped up here. And if you haven't seen any of our other videos, if you're new to joining us, you may or may not already know that we're actually roving canal traders. So we make our money by handcrafting various different items, and then we travel the country selling. Or where we are at the moment now, we're trapped in between Liverpool and Wigan. The link into Liverpool's shut and we can't go that way, and we can't get through Wigan. And there's nowhere to trade in between. So as long as this locks down, there is nowhere for us to go to sell our goods to make money. We don't make money, we can't pay the bills. And with diesel, with the price of the diesel at the minute, you know, it is getting a little bit worrying. So we desperately need this lock to be fixed, and then we can get through and start trading, because to be honest, I don't know how long we can keep going for like this now. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, or at least I hope there's light at the end of the tunnel, or at the bottom of a lock. Today, Canal and River Trust are sending divers down to the bottom of Lock 89. And hopefully they are going to either remove whatever the blockage is, repair whatever is causing the lock gate to stay open and not close, or at least they're going to identify what the problem is so that they can plan further works. Fingers crossed it's the first option, and the divers are going to be able to sort out the reason why, and they're going to be able to get the gates closed, because that means the locks may be open this afternoon, or at least tomorrow anyway. So, while it's a lovely day, we've decided I'm going to deploy the bike, and I'm going to have a bike ride back off down that way, back to the lock, take the cameras and see if we can find out what's going on, and hopefully get a bit of an early heads up at whether we can actually make it through or not. So I'm just going to finish my brew, and then we'll get going on the bike. Right, so we're on the trusty steed. Lock's that way. Time to get going. Come on. Well, we're here, and as you can see, all the divers and all the teams here. And great news, guys, it's fixed. And let's have a look. That's the offending item. A nice big balk of oak that's been stuck between the gate and the sill. So that's the offending item that's kept us trapped down here. But that's great news. The lock is open. We don't have to wait. It is early enough now that we could actually possibly set off and get to Plant Lane today. So I'm going to give Lou a bell, see what they say, and we'll get moving. Great news. Well guys, we're on the move. It's all been a bit of a rush, but I've come back from the lock on the bike, and by the time I got back there, Lou and Malk had already calculated our cruising time, including water stopping, back to Plant Lane, and they reckon we can do it today, even though we're at a later start than what we would have liked. So yeah, we're hitting it. I think there's at least 3 boats waiting to go through as well as us at the moment, and CRT's just put the email out that the lock is now open. So I'm heading off down into Appley Bridge. There's a winding hole there. Hopefully it's wide enough for me to turn, and it isn't all silted up and causing me problems, and then we're going to head back that way and hopefully be first at the locks, and then we can get through Wigan and get on our way to Plant Lane. Fingers crossed. We've had this before, but I hope I'm sleeping back at Plant Lane tonight, because once we've done that, there's not any locks then for quite a while until we get down to Middlewich. And yeah, we're only a tiny little bit behind schedule. We can catch up quite easily from there. So yeah, all is good. Plus, more importantly, I can trade at Plant Lane next weekend, or this weekend coming. It's going to be like today. It's going to be warm, sun shining, blue skies. So yeah, a good chance to make some money. Big sigh of relief. Right then, let's get Lady Brian pointing the other way. Well, hopefully I'm not speaking too soon, but bye-bye Appley Bridge. We did manage to turn. It was a bit tight. There's a few reeds and trees and bushes in the winding hole, so it's reduced its size. But yeah, we turned around at 70 foot, so if we can do it, anybody can do it. And that's where we was moored up there, just after this swing bridge, which is permanently left open, which is bridge 44. So if you're heading this way and you want to stop just before Appley Bridge, yeah, I highly recommend that spot. It's a nice quiet spot, and it's a belting mooring. You can get your boat right up alongside. You're on pins, but you are most of the way on the Bridgewater and the Leeds Liverpool up this way. So yeah, it is what it is. It's nice to be moving again, and in the right direction again. Just hopefully not giving it the kiss of death. We'll find out when we get to Lock 89. Like I said, the engineers and the divers told me it was working, so we're good to go. The update, the email update's out, so yeah. Oxford, here we come.
So as you can see, this is El Meadow Lock, Lock 89, and happy days, the gates shut properly.
We've made it to here. This is the last lock that we need to do, and the gates are just opening, so I need to get myself in. Well, that behind us is now the last lock that we need to do. There isn't another lock until we get to Dutton Stop Lock at the start of the Trent and Mersey, and that is just a teeny tiny one. So there isn't a proper lock really now until we hit big lock at Middlewich. So yeah, big sigh of relief we've got through all them. The Barton Aqueduct is still shut, but we're stopping at Plank Lane now, so by the time we're done there, that'll be open. Onwards and upwards. Well, I need to put this camera away now because yeah, it's started to throw it down, and this camera doesn't like the rain. So gone is the wall-to-wall sunshine and it being warm, and now it's gone cold and wet, so hey ho. Onwards to Plank Lane, and hopefully we get there before 4:30, because the bridge shuts at 4:30 for an hour and a half, so hopefully we get through there in time, which we should do. And there's talk of maybe a celebration drink and maybe something to eat in the pub tonight, so we'll see how we go. I'll catch you all in a bit. We're here finally, and it stopped raining. We made it through the bridge at Plank Lane with about 5 minutes to spare. So yeah, we cut that fine, otherwise we'd have been stuck on the other side of that for an hour and a half. But yeah, that's it, we're here. Can't tell you what a relief it is to be here and be away from that, knowing that we're in a good spot for trading and we can start to earn some money again. And this weekend is going to be really good weather, so hopefully we can start to trade. Oh yeah, so I think a couple of beers and a bit of pub grub for this evening. Bit of a celebratory drink that we've finally got through. Only about 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks behind when we should have been here, if it wasn't for the locks breaking and all the storms that came in and everything else that stopped us getting here sooner. But that's part of boating. Right, I'm going for a warm and a brew, and having a sit down before we turn out. Morning. It's great to be back here at Plank Lane. Really feel like we're getting somewhere now after being stuck up there. And we've got a decent day today. It was a bit sunnier than this earlier on, but it's not cold and it's getting even warmer. So we've decided to take this opportunity to make some stock. So yeah, we've got the blacksmithing gear out, and we're going to do a bit of blacksmithing, make a few bits and pieces of stock. So yeah, thought you guys might want to see it. Morning. Well, what a fantastic day. I don't know whether the camera's picking up how blue that sky is, but wow, it really is gorgeous. And it's lovely and warm. It's t-shirt weather, it's sunny. And we're going to be trading this weekend. It's Friday now. And we're going to be trading on the Saturday and Sunday. But today's a big day. Very busy day today. We've got the maidens out and the whirlybirds because we're going to get some washing done and get that hung out for it dry while we can, because it's a perfect drying day. But also we need to get our setup done. Since we traded last year, we've got a lot more new lines and a lot more things to put out on our stall. So that means we're going to have to rejig how everything's displayed. How we're going to do that? Well, we don't know. What we're going to do is we're going to set up today. We've just started, so we're just putting the sheets on and just getting the grid wall panelling up now. So we're getting that sorted now, and basically just working out where everything's going to go, play around with it, set things out. Everything needs a good wipe down as well, because everything's been in storage. All on the boat, but everything's been in storage, so we're giving everything a good wipe down, give everything a good clean, and then it's all ready for this weekend. But yeah, like I say, it's going to be a big day because we're not quite sure how it's all going to come together. So I think it's going to be a case of set things up, step back, see how it looks, rejig it about, and see how we're going to display stuff. So that's today's job. I think it's time for a brew first. Is it time for a brew, Lou?
Yeah, go and make one.
As you can see, Lou's busy in her supervisory role. I don't know whether that's picking up because the sun's quite bright. I'll go over here just in case, but Lou is in her supervisory role, chief foreman. And Malk's on his boat because he's got an issue with his cooker, I believe. He mentioned something about his cooker not working, so he's dealing with that at the moment. I'm not too fully aware what's going on there, but yeah, that's us. Right, let's get cracking. Busy day.
For me.
Yeah.
That's one with bottles, low for bottles.
This is where I'm Well, that's an end to a busy day, and yeah, the panel's set ready for tomorrow. We've got everything sorted. We know exactly how we're setting up, at least for now, until we get some more stock. All the washing's been done. Lou's just taking it back in. That's all lovely and dry and done for free. So I think now it's time for maybe a takeaway. See if we can get a kebab delivered up to the bridge up there, and a few beers, and we've got family down and friends, so yeah, it should be a good night.